What's up everyone, welcome back to Workshop Rebuild. It's been a couple days since I last posted a video because I've been working on some bigger projects behind the scenes. As you may know from some of my previous videos, I am working on a BMW R60/5 which is disassembled on this shelf right here. But in the meantime, I am working on a metal lathe. I introduced this metal lathe about 9 months ago on this channel. The last time you guys saw this metal lathe, it was still outside and most of the parts were still mounted onto it. Right now, I removed a bunch of parts, took them off and put them into those crates. I'm also cleaning up some of the little parts as we speak. On the metal lathe, the bed has been cleaned up, the tailstock has been removed, the cross sled has been removed, the feed rod and the lead screw are right there on the ground. I also have the brake which goes underneath the machine bed. That obviously stops the motor from spinning. When we go up to the front, you will notice the chuck has been removed. A bunch of levers have been removed. Because I will be restoring this machine, I'm not completely restoring it, but I'm at least refurbishing it to bring it back to operating conditions. The paint needs some work, it needs some touch up with putty or bondo, and a lot of the seals have to be replaced, so that's what I will be doing. Since I am refurbishing this machine, I had to touch up quite a few spots. As you'll see, there's quite a bit of filler everywhere. I started off with a pink bondo and then I transitioned to a feather light or a lightweight bondo, which is this gray bondo. So I had to fill in quite a bit because there was quite a bit of damage on the top. Usually most machinists lay their tools right here. I do not really like that because obviously this gets damaged. On some of the corners, there was quite a bit of damage towards the front and in between the bed, as you'll notice, where the coolant usually drips down. There was quite a bit of damage, so I had to fill in all of this right here, and I still have to do quite a bit more because I want to get all this looking nice again. Obviously, if I give it a new paint job, I do not want to see this, so this will be filled, and on the bottom as well. This right here is the other side, as you'll notice, where the coolant drains back into the coolant compartment, which is back here. There's not much damage, but towards the front where usually the chips are spinning and dropping down by the chuck, this is quite bad, so I will have to fill this in. I'm going to sand it first and then fill it in with some bondo. The bondo I'm using, which is the Featherlight or the lightweight bondo, is Evercoat. This right here actually works wonders, and this right here is the hardener, and I just use a plastic container and cut it up as my surface. This is actually really smooth, and then I just use 2 different scrapers to apply the bondo. You guys are probably thinking I'm putting way too much effort into this metal lathe right here, but when you need to machine something, this comes in super handy, and these machines are not cheap, so I'd rather repair it myself and have a good machine after that, and then I can have quality parts once I need to have some machining done. So besides the metal lathe update, I also have some news on the John Deere 55. I received some brand new parts, but I am still missing 1 injector shim, which will take a little bit longer to get. But once I have that injector shim, I will start this machine up for the first time. But over here on this table, I have some of those brand new parts, and I'll share them with you guys. So I have an engine filter and a hydraulic filter. This is for the transmission. I got this at John Deere. And I also had to get this bracket. This was the one that was missing, so this will hold down the injector. I only had 2 because they probably misplaced one initially. And over here I also figured out that I needed these heat shields for the injectors. Luckily there was still a used one within the box. There were no other ones on any of these injectors. So what this consists of is a little plastic heat shield and then a spacer, and this spacer will seal the injector off, especially on this face right here. And the spacer also makes up the depth of the injector, so this tip or the nozzle of the injector will only go a certain depth into the cylinder head. So I purchased a couple new ones right here. So I got brand new rings, and I also got the heat shield, which is this right here. It has a taper on the inside, and on the other side it is just flat with a little chamfer on the outside actually. So I got brand new washers and brand new heat shields, and then down below, instead of just purchasing 1 nozzle, I actually went ahead and bought 2 more. I found a good deal online, and I'll leave a link down in the description if you need some of these parts yourself. So what I'll do right away actually is probably replace the one which is bad, which is actually this one with the X on it. I'll test these 2 once again, and if I do not like the rating, I will just swap all the nozzles right away. So that's basically it with the update video. I am making progress behind the scenes on the metal lathe, but I'm also making a ton of progress on the John Deere 855. A couple parts are missing, but I'll have that John Deere 855 up and running very soon, and it'll be out of the shop in no time so I can work on some attachments. After that, I will focus on the BMW R60, which is still on this shelf right here. It's full of parts and I need to go through everything, and I really want to make sure that this restoration looks good, but also that the motorcycle runs and rides very well. So if you guys are interested in that, stick around for upcoming videos. Don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe if you haven't already.